keeping busy with Allah so Shaytan doesn't make you busy with yourself. When you're talking about spiritual self-awareness, I think that people underestimate how important that really is. If you're not really engaged with the content, then you're looking at it as, okay, step 1, step 2, step 3. But the goal of this is not to come out of the class knowing the tradition better. It's to know yourself better and to know how the tradition can help you with yourself better. So I think that the biggest misconception is that, okay, we'll do this and then this will happen. So especially the way that we quantify, we treat good deeds, do this many good deeds and this will happen. You'll get 1,000 of this, 700,000 of that. That's great. But you're not solving the problem of actually, dealing with your spiritual state. So I want you to leave from this class thinking deeply about yourself and about your actions, and about what you're prone to or inclined to. So I could do a whole class on backbiting, but I don't want to talk about the technicalities of backbiting. I want to talk about backbiting as it relates to yourself and your habits and who you are. I could do a whole class on riyah. I don't want to do a whole class on riyah right here. I want you to think, to be more intentional about the things that you're doing and to pay attention to the indicators of riyah and whether you're falling into it and just not paying attention. So that's really the point of this class, is to see sins, sinful habits, and good deeds and good habits in a different light, in light of who you are, and not in light of just these prescriptions that are, that are good, but they're not really customized to you. When it comes to spiritual exercise, look, it sounds all good. Like, okay, just do this many rak'ahs, do this many prayers, read this much, do this, and it's all going to be okay. And, it sounds easy to finish the Quran once a month. It does sound easy when you break it down into 20 pages a day, 1 juz a day, especially for someone that doesn't have a problem reading. But then, it's just really, if you set high expectations for yourself, and those expectations are unreasonable, then you're really going to be bummed out when you're not meeting them. I want people to not just become more self-aware spiritually, but with this section in particular, to set goals for themselves that they can achieve, to be happy and encouraged when they achieve those goals, and then to aim higher and higher and higher and higher. That's really where the spirit of the Prophet ﷺ saying that the most beloved of actions to Allah are the most consistent ones. It feels amazing when you're able to actually get down those consistent small good deeds, and then they become second nature and a part of your life. So in spiritual self-awareness, the tazkiyah, the point is that these good habits become second nature to you. Not second nature to a point that you're no longer connecting them to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, but second nature to a point that you're no longer feeling burdened by them. Okay, so they just become a part of who you are. A lot of the times I get asked this question about where to start, because we talk about diversifying your spiritual practice. So you don't just pray more, right? You don't focus on one thing, but at the same time you can specialize. So some of the Sahaba were known for different things. So for a lot of people, they ask this question about where to start, because it seems intuitive to just say, I'm just going to start praying sunnah now, right? But it's so much more than that. Maybe praying extra is hard for you because of your particular circumstances. So giving charity or fasting more in terms of the extra good deeds is more up your alley. When it comes to fara'id, when it comes to obligations, you have to do them as Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave them to you. You can't say, well, I'm better at fasting, so I'll fast Ramadan another month, but I'll only pray twice a day. You still got to pray 5 times a day. But then when it comes to nawafil, when it comes to the voluntary deeds, you can really customize a lot more. You can really choose to indulge sometimes in one particular nafila, one particular voluntary thing, as long as it's not to the complete detriment of all the other aspects of your spiritual portfolio. So a lot of times it's, where do I start? And that's something that we try to address.